Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about CV and resume creation for virtual assistants. So, let's start. Okay, first off, pag-usapan natin kung ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng isang CV sa isang resume. Kasi dito ko napapansin na maraming mga virtual assistants, mga fresh graduates na confused sila sa pagkakaiba ng dalawang document na ito. Kaya kung nakikita ninyo sa screen, sineparate ko na yung mga top 4 na pagkakaiba ng dalawang document na ito. For CV, we have number 1, it is a pages document. Multiple pages document. However, yung resume, single page document. As much as possible, guys, single. 1 page lang yung resume. Maximum nito is 2 pages. Itong CV naman, maximum niyan 3 pages. Kasi wag yun nang paabutin ng 5 pages, guys, no? As much as possible, wag nyo lang paabutin ng ganon. 3 pages max for CV, 2 pages max for resume. Number 2, yung CV ginagamit siya mostly for academic and international context. However, yung resume, ginagamit siya for job applications. Okay? Kapag naghahanap ka ng trabaho, resume yun. Pag CV naman, ginagamit yun for school, academic purposes, international purposes, if mag-a-abroad kayo, if you're applying for a job internationally. So, syempre, they wanna know kung ano yung mga entire career experience mo. So, number 3, it includes information of the whole course of your career. So, gaya na sabi ko kanina, whole course, lahat-lahat niyan, kasali na dyan sa CV. Ano ba yung mga pwedeng kasali sa CV na hindi kasali sa resume? Possible, pwede natin ilagay yung mga research, publications, case studies. Pwede natin i-include sa CV. Okay? Sa resume naman, ito ang ginagamit only about work experience and skills relevant to the job posting. Mga experiences and skills relevant sa job posting. So, kung ikaw ay maraming skills, ipagpalagay natin, alam mo bookkeeping, alam mo administrative assistance, and alam mo rin yung graphic design. Sa curriculum vitae, pwede mo yung pagsamahin lahat, yung tatlong skills na yon. Pero sa resume, pili ka lang doon ng isa na relevant sa pinag-a-applyan mo. Hindi pwede guys na mag-a-apply ka for graphic design at isasali mo yung bookkeeping mo ng mga experiences because it's irrelevant. Maiinis lang sa inyo yung HR or yung client. Kaya iwasan natin yon. Limited. Okay? Limited. Only include information about work experiences and skills relevant. That is the keyword. Relevant sa job posting. Now, number 4, pagkaiba nila is, again, it is comprehensive document yung CV. However, yung resume, summarized na siya na document. Summarized. Okay? So, I hope na it's clear. Ito yung top 4 na pagkakaiba nila. And, please remember this, lalo na sa mga baguhan ng mga VAs, fresh graduates. Kasi minsan na-overwhelm tayo, lalagay natin lahat. Kasi we assume na, baka higher chance of hiring, yung success rate na ma-hire ka. No, it won't. Lalo na kapag specific yung ina-applyan mo na trabaho. Walang pakialam yung mga client guys kung saan ka nag-graduate nung elementary, nung high school. Walang pakialam dyan. Kasi hindi naman nila alam yung mga schools. And minsan, may mga client na sobrang cynical, hindi nga sila naniniwala sa mga papel na sinasubmit ninyo. Because they don't care. Because virtual assistant industry is unregulated. Pag sinabing unregulated, walang department sa gobyerno na mag-check kung talagang anong standard sa pagiging VA. Wala. Unlike sa pagiging lawyer, regulated yan. Meron talagang license, may exam na kailangan mong ipasa, may exam, may score, may structure. That is regulated. Ang pagiging VA, wala. Wala naman tayong exam dito. Right? Unlike sa mga professionals na regulated talaga, merong department na government government department na magche-check kung talagang ikaw ay nakapasa. May alam ka ba talaga sa industry na yan? Pagiging teacher, yon, may mga licensed professional teachers, doctors, nurses, civil engineers, mga regulated yon ng mga industry. Meron talagang structure. Okay? I hope that it's clear for you guys. That's why, iwasan ninyo yan. And sa resume ninyo, make sure na related lang yung ilalagay ninyo dyan. Now, pag-usapan naman natin yung pronunciation. This is long-standing issue talaga kung paano ba to i-pronounce ang CV. Ginagamit na lang natin yung CV kasi shortened term siya, di ba? Acronym na lang siya. Now, the British pronunciation, which I also noticed na ito yung pinaka ginagamit natin sa Philippines. First is curriculum vitae. Again, curriculum vitae. Ito yung pronunciation natin sa Philippines, which is British. Okay? Pero, iba naman sa American accent, American pronunciation. Ito ay hindi masyadong common sa Philippines, but the pronunciation is curriculum vitae. Okay? Again, curriculum vitae. Kung nakikita ninyo, galing na to sa Google. And ito ay nakasulat na talaga siya kung paano natin siya ipopronounce. Yung mga keyboard warriors they will make it an issue kung paano ba talaga siya i-pronounce. But for us, lalong-lalo sa inyo beginners, you have to be aware na may ibang client, itong dalawa ginagamit, acceptable yan. Para hindi din kayo ma-shock na, curriculum vitae? Vitae? Bakit vitae? Di ba dapat vitae? So, just want to clarify, both of those pronunciations are accepted. Okay? So, now let's continue. Ano ba yung mga do's and don'ts? Kasi pag-usapan lang natin yung resume. Kasi resume lang talaga yung hinahanap lang nila. Yung relevant. Lalong-lalo na if your target market is yung mga small-scale business owners, they don't care naman talaga sa CV. They don't care about that. So, resume tayo magfo-focus. Now, ano ba yung mga tips ng do's and don'ts? First, you have to tailor for the job. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, customize your resume. And i-highlight ninyo yung relevant skills lang and experiences. As much as possible, gawa kayo ng 3 to 5 different resumes. Kung iba-iba yung skills ninyo, as I've said, magaling kang mag-administrative, bookkeeping, and graphic designs, create different resumes for those. Okay? Tatlong skills na yon. So, tatlong resume na yan. Okay? I hope that's clear. So, kung may iba't ibang skills ka pa, isali mo na, gawan mo na. And, for example then, graphic design, gawa ka ng version number 1, version number 2 na resume. Okay? That's my suggestion. And see kung saang version ang mas chance na na-contact ka, naka-receive ka ng interview. Kasi dun mo makikita kung saan yung mas effective, lalong-lalo na sa mga beginners. That's why you have to make multiple resumes. 2 version, 3 version sa isang skill. Okay? And different skill require different resumes. That, based on experience guys, yun yung may recommend ko sa inyo. And then, second, use action verbs. Mga action verbs, yung gamitin ninyo. Action-oriented language, ano ba yun? Problem solving. Creative. Problem solver. Okay? I know how to manage my time. Time management. Yung mga ganon, gamitin ninyo yun. And, quantify your achievements. Sa quantifying achievements, dapat gumamit kayo ng specific metrics. Pag sinabing specific metrics, huwag kayong maglalagay ng mga stars. Nakikita niyo yung mga resume na masyadong overly decorated na may mga stars. Gumagamit sila ng mga 5-star, 4-star. Like, what is your standard? Bakit mo nasabi na 5-star, 4-star ka? Ano yung basis mo? And yung basis na ginagamit mo, same ba yun sa basis na ginagamit ng client mo? 'Di ba? So, it's useless. Iwasan ninyo yan. Later, I will show you kung ano yung sinasabi. All about quantifying achievements, and dapat niyo yung iwasan. Next, we have to prioritize important information kasi nga, yung resume is summarized. Hindi pwede na yung, kung sa libro pa guys, hindi pwede yung buong libro yung isubmit nyo. Highlight lang, summary lang. Okay? That's why I'm telling you to create versions, different versions of your resume para makita ninyo kung saang version ng summarized document mo, ng summarized resume mo, ang mas effective. Okay? And saang mga adjective, verbs, action verbs, yung mas na-generate or mas accepted doon sa industry mo. Now, we also have to include keywords. So, relating sa important information, use industry-specific keywords. Okay? Nakakatawang keyword, for example, rockstar VA. Like years ago, yun talaga yung pinaka na keyword sa mga VA. But for now, pagtatawanan na kayo pag gagamitin nyo yan. Rockstar. So, dapat alam nyo yun. I-search ninyo guys. May Google, may ChatGPT. Industry-specific keywords. Okay? Ano ba yung mga industry-specific keywords of graphic designing? Sa pagiging medical VA. Siyempre, iba-iba yun ng mga terminologies. Kasi yung mga terminologies, it will make you feel exclusive lang sa inyo. Yung mga terminologies, mapapansin niyo na almost same meaning lang sila sa iba, pero magkaiba lang yung mga tinatawag. It's because, again, it will make you feel exclusive sa isang certain group. So, yung mga terminologies ng mga engineers is different sa terminologies ng mga medical students, medical industry. 'Di ba? So, dapat alam ninyo yon. Depende sa niche ninyo. Keep it concise. Aim for 1 or 2-page resume. Again, 1 maximum 2-page resume. Focus lang kayo sa pinaka-importante and pinaka-relevant na information. And then, do include professional summary. Later, I will show you kung ano yung professional summary, yung brief summary nyo sa beginning ng resume. And also include yung contact information. Yes, up to date kasi paano kayo kung magre-respond yung client, saan niya kayo i-contact? Paano niya kayo makakontact? Minsan, hindi updated yung mga emails. So, you have to double check. Emails, numbers, yun yung pinaka-basic naman. And of course, proofread yung mga grammatical errors, typo errors, di naman yun may iwasan kasi second language natin yung English. That's why you have to download yung mga tools like Grammarly para ma-double check yung grammar and mga spelling error. Malesen yun. Last is do use a clean and professional format. Yes, ito talaga nakakatawa kasi later I will talk more about this. As someone na been working in this freelancing industry and nakafocus sa operations and admin na niche, ang dami, like hundreds, minsan umaabot pa yan ng thousands na finifilter ng mga resume. Kaya as much as possible, use kayo ng clean and professional format. Huwag yung masyadong mga later i-discuss ko rin yan. So, resume don'ts. So, pwede nyo yung basahin mamaya. I-speedrun ko na lang kasi isasali ko din naman to sa course guide para makita ninyo. So, number 3, ito, po-point out ko lang, walang one-size-fits-all approach. Okay, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, wala talaga. Hindi pwede na isang resume lang yung gagamitin nyo. An-applyan ninyo iba't ibang position. So, dapat gawa kayo ng different versions. And don't lie, guys. Please, don't lie. Okay, as a beginner, kung nakikita ninyo naman, sa exam, di ba, 75%, yun yung passing rate. As much as possible, guys, aim ninyo, i-assess ninyo yung sarili nyo. 75%, alam ko ba yung mga tools and requirements na ina-ask ng client? Alam ko ba yun? 75%? Of course, walang 100% kasi there's always room for advancement, always room for improvement. So, at least man lang guys, i-hit ninyo yung 75% na confident kayo na i-deliver yon. Kasi once na nag-apply kayo, lalong-lalo na no sa mga mga platforms like Upwork, na makikita yung comment, review ng client, mas malaking damage kung magli-leave sila ng negative sa inyo, negative comment sa profile ninyo. Mas mahihirapan kayo, lalo na sa mga beginner. Kaya as much as possible, again, aim for 75% na alam ninyo yung trabaho na ina-applyan ninyo. Okay? Focus more on quality job application, not the quantity. So I hope that is clear. And don't use generic objective, mga generic masyado na copy and paste from Google. Iwasan nyo yun. Don't include personal information. Okay, so ano ba yung mga personal information na hindi ninyo dapat i-include na sinasabi dito? Yung edad, marital status. And minsan guys, yung mga pictures. Like UK, US, and Canada, it is frowned upon kapag sinali niyo yung mga pictures ninyo. Kasi for them, that is discriminating. Yeah, so they don't mind kung ano yung edad ninyo. Matanda ka na ba? Bata ka ba? As long as you are in legal age na mag-work. So they don't mind about that. They don't mind about whether, for the lack of better term, you're fat, you're thin. They don't care about that. Kasi yung care lang naman nila is madideliver mo ba yung trabaho. So, yun yung mga personal information na ibig sabihin dito. Later again, I will show you some examples about that. And don't include the references on the resume. Save space by excluding references and provide references separately if requested. Yes, ito yung, lalo na pag references nyo naman is, wala din silang alam regarding sa virtual assistants. Like for example, may naglalagay ng mga references na mga teachers nila, mga professors nila. If hindi naman sila like nasa niche industry na kilala ng client ninyo, wag nyo nang ilagay guys. Unless, again, requested. If requested, pwede naman kayong maglagay ng maliit na note doon. Na references available if requested. Ganun lang. Or wag nyo nang ilagay yan kasi usually hindi naman nila yan kailangan. Portfolio talaga. Doon talaga kayo sa portfolio. And sa communication ninyo during interview. Doon talaga yan. And also, yung resume ninyo. Kasi yun yung pinaka-first. Doon kayo i-judge itong resume. I-judge kayo ng mga client ng mga HR. If meron ba talaga kayong alam sa pinapasukan ninyo. Diyan kayo first na i-judge. So, yung mga references, wala. Bonus na lang yan. Now, don't use unreadable fonts or formats. Yes, huwag yung masyadong sobrang design ng mga fonts kasi hindi yan babasahin ng ATS. Oh, nakalimutan ko pala tong sabihin kanina. Ito, ATS. Ito yung applicant tracking system na ginagamit ngayon. Kasi gaya na sabi ko kanina, thousands. Imagine guys, thousands of applicants. Kalaban ninyo yung mga Latina. Yung iba't ibang Asian countries. Nandun pa yung mga taga Central Asia. So, thousands of applicants. Gagamit talaga sila ng ATS. Diyan pa lang, irarank na kung sino yung pinaka mas mataas yung keyword. And don't worry, I will give you tips naman later para mag-rank yung resume ninyo sa mga ATS tools na ginagamit ng mga client, ng mga companies. And then, don't include high school information. Yes, wag nyo nang i-include yan guys ha. Kasi, unless na lang if this is your highest education. Pero usually talaga wala naman silang pakialam guys kahit na graduate kayo ng elementary. As long as alam nyo makipag-communicate, alam nyo yung tools, doesn't matter talaga. Imagine, I told you I started freelancing, I was 18. So, ano bang sa communication talaga kayo guys, magkakaalaman. Communication, yung willingness mo kasi kung nabigyan kayo ng chance, kahit na pagpalagay na natin, hindi masyadong maganda yung pagkakagawa ng resume niyo kasi nga beginner, fresh graduate, ganun. Wala pa masyadong experience. Pag nabigyan kayo ng chance, galingan nyo na sa interview. Okay? Galingan nyo na. And don't, magbigay ng mga false hopes, false promises na alam nyo naman hindi nyo madideliver. I-deliver nyo lang talaga kung anong alam ninyo. And sabihin nyo sa client, and be honest, I don't know how to do this. I need help with this one. Can you provide necessary information about this topic or about this task? Ganon. They will understand. So, the last one, don't include unrelated hobbies. Yes, only include hobbies if they are relevant to the job. Otherwise, use the space for more pertinent information. Yes, yung mga, ay, mahilig ako sa pets, ganon. Yun ang isali yun. Alright, so that's it for the resumes, do's and don'ts. Now, pag-usapan natin kung ano yung ATS. I don't know if yung iba sa inyo hindi pa alam kung ano yung ATS. But if this is your first time, ATS is the acronym for Applicant Tracking System. It is a software or a tool used by employers to manage and automate the recruitment process para mas pambabilis yung pag-separate ng mga resume na related sa position, gumagamit ng mga ATS. Imagine kung ikaw yung HR, guys. Thousands. Babasahin mo ba talaga lahat yan? Di ba hindi na? Mas madali kung meron ng machine or tool na automatically magsascan nun. And yung ititira, like 100, out of 100%, for example lang, nasa mga 20 to 40% lang yung matitira dyan, out of 100%. 20 to 40, mataas na yun masyado yung 40%, but I'm just being generous, no? 20%, pagpalagay natin. So, first stage, ligwak na yung mga hindi na filter ng ATS. Kaya napaka mahalaga na i-customize nyo yung resume ninyo. So, ano ba yung ginagawa ng ATS? It scans and parses resumes, allowing recruiters to search for keywords and filter application. So, ayun, nagfi-filter ng application. Ano ba yung mga applicant ATS tools na ginagamit? According to Forbes, ito yung 11 na sikat na mga ATS tools. I am not HR specialist, guys. So, if you want, you can research para alam nyo kung how does these tools work. Okay? And the source ng information na to is from Forbes website. Ayan, nakita nyo sa baba. Okay? So, I hope that is clear na ano yung ATS. So, again, ito yung ginagamit ng mga recruiters, ng mga HR, ng mga companies para i-filter yung mga resume. Kasi hindi lang naman ikaw yung naghahanap ng work, di ba? Marami. Thousands of people. And as virtual assistants, we are competing. We are competing with talented people around the globe. Hindi lang kayo nakikipagkompetensya sa taga-Pilipinas, guys. Nagkukompetensya kayo around the globe. Tandaan nyo yan. Ang gagaling ng mabubuksan yung mind mo na, oh no, it's like you are a fish in the ocean, a small fish in the ocean. If ngayon feeling mo you're a big fish in a small pond, pag nag-start kayo sa freelancing, marirealize mo talaga, oh, ang dami ko palang hindi alam. Feeling mo minsan, ang galing-galing mo na, pero marirealize mo na, oh no, hindi pala. I'm not as smart as I think I am. Or I'm not as skilled as I think I am. Na mahahumble ka talaga. Kasi sobrang daming tao makakausap mo, mamimit mo online. So, ito yung mga tips on how to optimize yung resume para ATS-friendly siya. Okay? ATS-friendly resume optimization. Again, na pag-usapan na natin yung ibang tips kanina. Keywords, mirror job description, simplify yung formatting, standard font, yung pinaka-standard na font. Kasi, again, machine ito. So, wag nyo yung gumamit na sobrang difficult na mga fonts na mahirap basahin. Include skill section, yung skills ninyo. Use section for headings, ayan, work experience, education. Avoid headers and footers. Yes, this is dependent sa inyo na lang. Kasi meron din namang iba na kailangan nila yung headers and footers. Pero may mga ATS na hindi nila yan binabasa. Okay? But be practical sa mga information ninyo. And save in a compatible format. So, ano ba yung mga format ng document? Docs or PDF. Okay? So, now, let's continue with resume creation. Alright, so for resume creation, yung gagamitin ko is Canva, but feel free if you wanna use Google Docs. Okay, Google Docs, Microsoft Word, it's also acceptable. But in this video, gagamitin ko is Canva. Now, once na open nyo na yung Canva account ninyo, type ninyo sa search bar, resume. Okay? Once na type na yan, click templates. Lalabas na lahat ng mga example na mga templates na nandito. Okay, so nakikita nyo yan guys, dami examples, no? And ito yung sinasabi ko na mga pag-uusapan natin yung mga examples ha. So for example, itong resume na to. Ang ganda, 'di ba? Ang ganda ng design, presentation. But this is what I'm talking about na hindi ito babasahin ng ETS kasi hindi naman nagbabasa yung ETS ng mga decor. But this is understandable kasi yung trabaho niya, yung position niya is graphic design. So kailangan niya talaga din i-reflect yung pagiging creative niya sa resume niya. Pero, katulad niyan, hindi ito normal na font. So, baka mahirapan ng ATS na basahin niyang ATS tool. And, as I told you earlier, iwasan ninyo tong part na to. Yung metrics. Iwasan nyo yan guys. Gumamit ng... Kasi, tingnan nyo. Progress bar. What is the point of this progress bar? What is your standard para sabihin mo na yan yung skill level mo when it comes to photography? Like, ano ba yan? 8 ba yan? Number 9 ba yan? 7 ba yan? In copywriting, editing, paano mo nasabi? 'Di ba? Paano mo nasabi na ganyan yung level mo? Is it because of your gut feeling? Emotions lang? And we know emotions, it's not quantifiable. Hindi siya logical. Hindi siya rational, guys. So, iwasan ninyo iwasan ninyong gumamit ng mga, I'm so sorry no if I'm speaking too much na may SH or CH sound. It's because I have dental braces and nahihirapan akong mag-pronounce ng mga certain words. So again, iwasan ninyo yan kasi imagine kung 1,000 kayong lahat tapos lalagyan niyo ng ganyan. Maguguluhan yung client, maguguluhan yung HR na ano bang standard na ginamit ng mga applicant na to. Inyo yan. And also, kung napapansin nyo, ito yung summary. Ito yung summary. Ito yung professional summary na sinasabi natin kanina. And, ayan, sobrang konti lang. Wala masyado itong, although, ano lang to, dummy text. Pero mapapansin mo, walang mga keywords. Wala masyadong keywords, diba? So, I wouldn't suggest this kind of resume, guys. Again, the decor, di yan babasahin ng ATS. Yung font, and ito. Nagsasayang lang yan ng space. So, what kind of resume I would suggest? So, yung isasuggest ko is this one. So, again, walang picture. Kasi again, countries like UK, US, and Canada, they don't care naman sa mga pictures na yan kasi it is frowned upon. It is considered nagdi-discriminate ka na if may picture, may age, ganon. So, ano ba yung kasali dito? Of course, your name, contact information here. Updated contact information. In regards sa... So, for virtual assistants, you don't have to put naman yung entire street ninyo, yung specific na address. Just general lang, Philippines and then your region. Wag nyo nang ilagay yung entire street kasi it doesn't matter then. And also, you have to protect your privacy. Okay? Wag nyo nang ilagay yun. Now, ito na yung professional summary. Ayan, kita nyo, Result-Oriented Operations Manager. Yung title na, yung ano niya, yung position niya. And then key competencies. Ayan, yung mga napaka-important na mga adjectives, mga words. So, ayan, verb na ginamit niya is financial reporting, negotiation, business development. Yun yung mga verbs. Adjective, team leadership, communication, operations management. So, communication is also verb, team leadership. So, dapat, again, yung adjective and verbs na gagamitin ninyo is related sa niche ninyo. And yung pinaka-top na searchable word na mamatch doon sa job description, yun yung gamitin ninyo. And professional experience, kita nyo guys, ang ganda ng pagkakalagay ng ano na to. Ayan o, ang ganda ng pagkakalagay ng ano niya, ng resume na to. So, company name, ayan, position, year of employment, summary again, and then list of accomplishments na related doon. So, nilagay niya rin dito. Magandang format to guys. Siguro I will share this one, but makikita nyo tong template na to sa Google, ay sa Canva. Makikita nyo to kasi sa Canva ko lang naman to kinuha eh. But I will share this one with you. Siguro ilalagay ko na lang din sa guide or sa dashboard, Notion dashboard niyo. Same thing here, company, the position, date, year date, summary, accomplishments, yung mga related na keywords. Okay? And then, yung education na related dun sa position niya. Kita nyo, walang reference, guys. So, ano yung tip na isasuggest ko sa inyo? My tip is, dapat meron kayong space dito na vacant. Anong gagawin natin dyan? For example, punta tayo dito. Ito ay isang job posting. What you have to do, copy nyo yung job description. Oh, una natin isali itong benefits. Yung qualifications lang ng job description. Oh no. Ito, core responsibilities, qualifications. Copy ninyo yan guys ha. Again, copy. Yung gusto ninyong pag-applyan na trabaho. Punta kayo sa resume ninyo. Add kayo ng text. Okay, add text. Ayan. And then paste. And make sure na i-adjust ninyo yan. Of course, dapat adjust ninyo yan. So, palitan natin siya. Nakasya siya dyan sa box. So, once na na-copy and paste na ninyo yung job description, select all. Tanggalin natin yung bullet points para so, select all. Change niyo yung text color into white. Okay, guys? Again, copy the job description. Paste sa resume ninyo yung vacant na space. And then, change the text into white. Para hindi siya makita. Ayan, oh, wala naman nakikita. Pero, possible, there's a chance. Okay? There's a chance na basahin yan ng ETS. So, walang makikita. Pero, kung i-click natin yan, nandyan yung job description. That is my tip for you. Okay? I hope that you will use this. Dapat may space yung resume. Ilagay ninyo yan para mag-rank yung resume ninyo sa ATS. Masali siya sa top 20%, top 30%. Okay? Yung resume ninyo. And mas mataas yung chance na matawagan kayo. Ilagay nyo yan dyan. And of course, syempre, kasi iba-ibang job posting, so iba-iba din yung ilalagay nyo dito. Okay? Oh, every job posting, i-change din yan. So, I hope that is understandable, no? Yung tip na binigay ko sa inyo. Again, ito, pinaka-important to na hack. Gawin nyo yan, guys. Gawin nyo lang. Wala namang masama if di nyo yan gagawin. Pero, mag-ingat kayo sa sobrang paggamit ng mga adjectives, okay? Kasi baka mag-backfire din sa inyo yun. But again, ito, gawin nyo to. Okay, that's an insider tip para sa inyong mga beginner na mga freelancer. So, that's it for creation of resume.